Before the apocalypse struck, I sold all my assets and leased an abandoned mountain near my village. The villagers couldn't understand my decision and thought I had gone crazy, but only I knew I wasn't insane. This desolate mountain would be my key to survival after the world ended. My name is MOU, and I used to be a corporate financial manager. At that time, the zombie virus hadn't broken out yet, and everything was peaceful. The first thing I did after being reborn was to resign from my job. As I quit, I sold my house and cashed out my stocks in government bonds, even if it meant losing some interest. With everything settled, I took my bank card and returned to my hometown. When people heard I wanted to lease the abandoned mountain, they couldn't understand why. My eldest aunt was furious and gave me an earful over the phone, but I didn't care. I knew what she was up to. My parents had passed away when I was young, and my aunt had seized all their inheritance. I grew up eating leftovers at her house and enduring her abuse. Fortunately, I met my enlightening teacher, who sponsored me to go to college and graduate school, allowing me to establish myself in the big city. In my previous life, my aunt's family had visited me under the pretense of kindness, wanting me to transfer my house to her son for his wedding. I refused, but considering she had once fed me, I thought about giving them some money to send them away. However, they forcibly stayed at my place. Just then, the zombie virus broke out, and I was trapped with them. To survive, they caged me and cut flesh from my body to trade for supplies, only throwing me a steamed bun and some water each day to keep me barely alive. On the 7th day of being harvested for meat, I lay curled up weakly on the bed, the bun tossed beside me. I had lost too much blood to even taste anything. When they tried to escape, they threw me into a horde of zombies to buy themselves time. I was too weak and was eventually surrounded, bitten, and killed by the other zombies. I hated them with a passion. Since the heavens gave me another chance to live, I was determined to survive, and not only that, I would get my revenge. After returning to my hometown, I didn't contact anyone. I rented a hotel room and spent an entire day forming a refuge plan. First, I went to the county town to find my classmate and asked him to pull some strings. I wanted to lease the mountain forest next to the county under the guise of developing a scenic area. The mountain I wanted to lease was said to have been occupied by bandits in the past, so people were reluctant to go there. Before the leasing procedures were completed, I went to survey the mountain. After a bumpy journey, I finally reached the summit. My original plan was to build a house at the top, but upon arriving, I realized that although the view was great, the location was too conspicuous. Plus, the summit area wasn't large enough. Fortunately, not far from the top, I found an abandoned cave.